Fall camp is here. Pads are popping. We are hearing from Coach Smart. We're hearing from Coach Shu. We're hearing from Coach T-Rob. We got Coach Bobo coming up. Like, there's lots of exciting things for us to talk about today. We're talking about the two most exciting players on the field in fall camp for UGA.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Thank you for being our first listener of the day. We appreciate you so much. First listeners are the best. Every single dayers are the best. That's where you guys come in, and that's what we're all about here on Locked On Bulldogs. He is Daniel. I am Clint. Together we are Locked On Bulldogs. Talking like fans do, only fans do. And Daniel, we have two exciting names today. Now, what's interesting about these two names, the two most exciting names for Georgia this fall camp, and we say this fall camp.
I didn't stutter.
He did not.
The two most exciting players out there on the field.
Now, you may say to yourself, well, that must be the best quarterback in the entire nation, Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's
best defensive player in the entire nation, probably.
Malachi Starks.
Yep, probably him.
None of those two names are the most exciting players for UGA at fall camp because, Daniel, the two players we're going to talk about today have in fact the ability, and I am not hyperbolic when I say this.
No, this man's never been hyperbolic before in his life.
He
does not go on rival teams podcasts and just absolutely run his mouth. This man's never been accused of.
There was only one time I ran my mouth that it didn't happen. Okay, I didn't back my play one time. The rest of the times, the play was backed. So that's on me. But the rest of the times, I have no problem. I stand behind it. These two names, if they are, the reason they're most exciting, if these two names hit and play like we know they're capable of when healthy, this defense ascends back up to a top 3 defense. And this offense has zero, and I mean zero, holes in its game. If these two players hit, Daniel, we are, of course, talking about one Smile Mondon on defense and one Branson Robinson on offense, a linebacker and a running back, which Daniel, really quick, just a quick survey of UGA and history and what our teams have been made of before. Have those two positions ever warranted excitement from exceptional all caliber college players and NFL
I'm
players?
Trying to think of a good middle linebacker that's ever gone to Georgia, and I'm trying to think of a good running back, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm not that good at history, so I'm sure I'll come up with one before the end of the episode. But we'll for right now, we'll just focus on the present. Obviously, this thing these guys share, the reason that it's so exciting that they're the two most exciting players, and Clint mentioned, not only do they have the capability of elevating this team to new heights, but they have that capability because they're both coming off injury. Because honest to goodness, we didn't really know what we were going to get out of either of them this season. I think we had
no clue.
I think we probably felt a little bit better about Smile Mondon throughout the offseason, thought that he would probably be okay, at least by the beginning of the season. I think we were a little bit more skeptical about Branson Robinson. You know, we're like 12 months out from this ruptured patella tendon. And, you know, were we going to get him back? Were we going to see him this season? Was it going to be the middle of the season? Was it going to be 100%? How was all that going to shake out?
Yep.
Both these guys coming off injury, playing significant roles in significant positions. Not like we don't have other good players, right? ETN, good player. And obviously CJ Allen, great player.
Yep.
Not like we don't have other good players. We need these two guys, Clint. These two guys are guys that we need for Georgia to be the team that we want to be this year. And both of them, Clint, to begin fall camp, it's been announced, are a, quote, full go. Now, full go to me, Clint, and I'm no doctor, but a full go would indicate that there's nothing that they can't do. There's no limitations on their abilities to get out there and practice and get their body in game shape and do all the things that are required in fall camp to make you ready to be and I'm going to use the term again, full go.
There it is.
On August 31st in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, against the Clemson Tigers. If both of those guys are a full go, Clint,
say more
for that game, I will officially be losing my mind pregame.
I'm telling you, if I understand before the game hits, if a line stays where it's currently at, and those two, I get information that they are full go, I will be thrice, 4 times, 5 times to the window.
The man will live at the window. He will pitch a tent at the window.
Because the reality is, CJ Allen, we are thrilled for. We have said Smile Mondon is right now the better inside linebacker. Hurt a good portion of last year. Not full strength, not his full self. When he was full strength, it was absolutely mesmerizing and flashes of greatness, Daniel. Speed, size, strength. We see it from the TCU game again, the championship, where Branson is out there doing what he does best, which is absolutely mauling people as a running back. Mauling as a running back. Ain't no elusive, yes, but ain't no hide in his game. Y'all, these two are healthy, which right now, as you said, full go, nothing limiting them. We haven't started ramping up the full speed, good on good, one-on-one yet. But if that happens, and if these two are out there and we catch wind of that, we're going to burn the place down, Daniel. There's just, there's no other way to say it other than our excitement will not be contained.
No, can't be. I'm going to talk about the importance of particularly Smile Mondon to this defense. I think the most important thing that he brings to this defense. But first, want to let you know about these. Clint, you mentioned it. Smile Mondon, obviously incredibly athletic, has been around the program for a while, has made incredible plays in a Georgia uniform. He's got speed. He's got sideline-to-sideline ability. I would say he is probably the quickest and the fastest of all of the UGA inside backers this year.
Yes.
Yeah. And none of those things are the thing that makes it, in my mind, not great if he's out there, but necessary for him to be out there. It is necessary for him to be on the field this year in a Georgia uniform. And that is simply because, what's that?
Necessary?
Yes.
Is it necessary that I drink my own?
Is that how I sound?
No, it's not how you sound.
Okay, good. I got thrown off. Was that a reference to Kamala's VP? Is that were we talking about that? Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Was it segment 2? Was it segment 2 that we were going to go into politics?
No, stop it. No, you were talking about how necessary it is that Smile Mondon is out there. Because
should we go? Put it in the comments, Gurf. Should we talk about politics?
No, don't do it, Gurf. Daniel, you were talking about how necessary it is that Smile Mondon is out there because he is
because he's got the experience, the leadership, and the understanding. He's got it up here, Clint. He's got it in the ears. And let me just tell you this. CJ Allen needs him out there next to him. Like, he needs it badly. Good Lord, if KJ Bolden is out there,
okay,
he needs Smile Mondon to be out there on the field. These young and exciting defensive linemen that we have. Kristen Miller.
There it is.
He needs Smile Mondon to be behind him, coming over, tapping him on the right hip, saying, slide over to the left a little bit. That's to make sure everything is set pre-play.
Yes.
Like, I'll say it to you this way. If Smile Mondon's on the field, he's the guy who's got the helmet on that's got Glenn Schumann's voice in it. He's the one who's going to be wearing that helmet. If that doesn't tell you everything that you need to know about how important he is to this defense, the fact that if he's on the field, He's the one player that this defensive staff is going to choose in order to be able to communicate with, to trust, to get that message across to 10 other guys on the defensive side of the ball in short order and get everything lined up. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about how essential he is to our success this year, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the coaching staff clearly views him in that way. And we're all enamored with CJ Allen and what he did last year, but none of us should overlook or look past the most important linebacker on this team, and that is Small Mon.
Now, look, there are a number of, defenses and number of teams out there who I don't want to say, well,
sure he does.
You're horrible. I do. You're horrible because you're head coach. Ole Miss doesn't scare me anymore. The more I think about it, I thought they had won the offseason, and I was very nervous.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
Here he comes around.
Lane, I don't care, because you don't have somebody that is meticulously detailed on the defensive side of the ball like Georgia is. Auburn, Hugh Freeze. It's a freeze warning down there in the summer, and all y'all excited about the recruiting trail you're hitting, which, by the way, congrats. It's fantastic.
No, it's going great.
However,
it's going better than Brian Horse,
which things aren't dead. That's what you just said is things aren't dead.
Even some dead things better than Brian Harsin. So to be fair,
they made up in a fair to get this man fired.
They made it up
gosh,
just to get him fired.
Oh my gosh, Auburn, I love you guys. Auburn doesn't scare me because they are not meticulous. Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann, meticulously detailed on defense, which means as an inside linebacker, the most important position, maybe star is the most crucial. I know most difficult, most important, and most crucial. Like, those are kind of synonymous, but star has to have a special athlete to play that in Georgia's defense. Inside linebacker there's only two of them. And their backers up there, they have to fly over the field. They have to be erasers. They have to know the nuanced aspects of the entirety of the defense. And Smile Mondon is that dude when it comes between the ears, what he's able to do. Combine that now with speed, with wisdom, with savvy. He's a veteran in the system. He knows what he's doing. He's coming back for another year. This guy may make himself just vault into the top 20. Talk about a guy with the highest stock upside potential in the NFL draft. A lot of guys, Carson Beck, Malachi Starks, they're going to go high kind of no matter what happens, just based upon their track record so far and their physical abilities. If Smile Mondon plays the way that we think he can, holy Daniel, this defense is top 3 today.
Yeah,
because of how crucial he is.
As bad as this defense was last year for Georgia standards, and it was nauseating to me at times, overall, the defense on a national level still was pretty good. Like, it just wasn't up to Georgia's standard, but it's not that far off. And as you said, I think there's several people that are key components to it getting back there, but maybe none of them more important than Smile Mondon. He's exciting, Clint.
Thrilling.
The other guy that we're talking about in this episode.
If you think we've been excited about Smile Mondon,
come on back for segment 3. We'll have a chat about one Branson Robinson right after this.
Daniel, Branson Robinson, my goodness gracious. Incredible young man.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when we say incredible young man, we mean that he doesn't stop at one tackler. No. Sometimes doesn't stop at 2 tacklers.
No.
And occasionally 3 tacklers are not enough to bring this young man down.
What Juan Gaston is to high school offensive tackle prospects, Branson Robinson is to college football running backs. Like, they're the same.
That's exactly
they're
right.
the same. If Branson Robinson comes back and is healthy, I'll just cut right to the chase. There's no need to bury it any longer. We're here in the third segment. We've got the 199, the loyal third segment listeners, the everydayers.
Yeah.
If Branson Robinson comes back healthy and is a full go, this will be the best backfield that Georgia has had since Nick and Sony.
Period.
And it will be the best running back, the best backfield that Georgia has had that didn't have Nick Chubb in it, Nick Chubb or Todd Gurley in it, in probably 20 years at the University of Georgia. I am a big ETN fan. I've made that position very clear.
Very clear.
I think that Branson Robinson is better than him. I think that Branson Robinson offers something that he doesn't offer. I think if Branson Robinson comes back and is a full go, he is RB1 at the University of Georgia. And if he's not, if he's the second guy in, I don't care. Because that defense just going to keep getting tired, Clint. Our backs are not going to keep getting tired. And Roderick Robinson's going to come in as a third option. Are you kidding me, Clint? We are going to be hitting some people in the mouth. The Kirby Death March is going to be alive and well this year. And we are going to be seeing some things. Carson Beck is going to hand off his way to the number 1 overall draft pick. Like, he's not going to have to do much of anything this year, even with the schedule that Georgia has, because you say what you will about Sark and Texas's offense, Clint.
Sure.
How's that defensive front at Texas? They lose anybody on that defensive front there at Texas? They replacing any key players on that defensive front?
Well, if I know Stark, he really, really prioritizes the trenches and having really tenacious defenders on the defensive line that stay depth-wise for a long time.
So when you lose a defensive tackle to the NFL, you probably are just stockpiled and you're just going to be able to replace him easily.
His weight. Throws all his weight to the defense.
That's interesting.
No, because the things that travel well in the SEC and college football, let me tell you what travels well. Defense and a run game. That's what travels well in the SEC.
It does.
And
how about Ole Miss? You already mentioned them. Georgia got another tough road game at Ole Miss. You mentioned them. How are they going to fare against this backfield, Clint?
If Branson Robinson is healthy, like you said, Kirby gets a double-digit lead. If Kirby gets Carson Beck, it's Colby Young. Carson Beck hits London Humphreys. Carson Beck gets Oscar Delp. And all of a sudden, then we go up and we get another field goal somewhere. If we get a 10-point lead, double-digit lead on the road.
Yeah. You're going to see it.
I don't care.
You're going to see it.
It's going to start midway through the second quarter.
Matt Luke's going to make an appearance in the stand. They're going to cut to him in the stand.
Matt Luke's going to come running down to do the meme. Guys, it's going to be absolutely objectively hilarious because, like you said, okay, how are you going to do college football? Assignment, personnel, getting mismatches. Why it's Lane Kiffin is, I think he hates defense, but man, that guy can draw up offenses. Why he knows a touchdown is coming before the play is snapped based upon personnel alignment, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me that we go ahead and mix in a little shotgun with ETN back there with Oscar Delp on one side flexed out, and we're just going to run a little zone in there, one step and go for 7, 8, 9, 10
personnel.
Yards.
Little multiple tight end set in there.
And then we're going to run Branson and maybe get 2 out there, maybe get Urasek back in with Oscar Delp, spread them out a little bit, start one on the line, motion another one. And same thing. Now we're going to do a read option look, right? To the left with those 2. And Branson's going to go ahead and eat 5, 6, 7 yards. And we're going to keep doing that over and
because
over.
you can't stop it.
You can't stop it. And if
no
you
one
do,
can stop it.
If you do, okay, great. How about we just go ahead? Hey, Carson, why don't you just do a look to me?
Why don't you do a check with me? Yeah.
Guys,
check with me. We're going over the top, Dylan Bell.
If it's three-headed monster in the backfield.
Yeah. I was already excited about this backfield with ETN and Roderick Robinson. I think that backfield is already very exciting. But But I mean, you just can't. Every player is different. Every player is his own player.
Correct.
But there hasn't been a player since that gives you the feel.
There it is. Like
Branson does of a certain former Georgia running back that is the greatest, that is my favorite Georgia football player of all time, and the second greatest running back in the history of college football. And so if I get that all year, with an actual, I'm not going to say thunder and lightning, Clint, but I'm going to say a 1-2 punch.
Thank you.
I'm going to say a 1-2 punch.
I'm okay with
like
that.
A jab and an uppercut. Like,
I'm
you
fine
understand?
with
Like,
that.
that's what we're talking about.
I love that.
Like, Branson just hits you in the mouth, and then ETN takes you to the house. It's different. He just puts you on the canvas. Like, it's over. You understand? Like, that's what we're talking about. This is a Mike Tyson backfield is what we're dealing with here.
I just went.
Put it on a t-shirt. We're done. We're done. We're finished.
He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. We'll see y'all next time when we talk more fan talk of UGA. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.